New York Yankees Miguel Andujar slides home with the winning run on a single by Gleyber Torres as Houston Astros catcher Max Stassi waits for the throw during the 10th inning of a baseball game Tuesday, May 29, 2018, in New York. Frank Franklin 2, AP New York. Brett Gardner tied it with his second homer of the game, a one-out, two-run drive in the 9th inning. Gleyber Torres hit a winning single in the 10th and the New York Yankees rallied to beat the Houston Astros 6-5 Tuesday night. The Yankees won despite making 5 errors, including 2 by Torres at second base, for the first time since 2014. They also came up with a startling defensive play in the 10th when Aroldis Chapman, 2-0, threw a 100 mph fastball to the backstop that took a fortuitous carom to catcher Gary Sanchez, who threw out Tony Kemp at third base. Miguel Andujar doubled against Brad Peacock 1-3, with 2 outs in the 10th, and Torres lined an opposite field single to right. Red Sox 8th, Blue Jays 3. Boston. AP, Sandy Leon hit a home run and 2 doubles. Xander Bogaerts also homered and Rick Porcello took a 3-hitter into the 7th inning, helping Boston beat Toronto to match the second-best start in franchise history. J.D. Martinez also had 2 of Boston's 6 doubles. The Red Sox, 38-17, won for the 8th time in 10 games to maintain the best record in the major leagues and their best record through 55 games since 2002. Only the 1946 Boston team that started 42-13 with Ted Williams and Bobby Doerr returning from World War II had a better start. Porcello, 7-2, allowed 3 runs, 2 earned, and 5 hits in 6 2/3 innings. Toronto loaded the bases against Hector Velasquez in the 9th, but Craig Kimbrell got 2 outs for his 17th save. Marco Estrada, 2-6, allowed 4 runs and 7 hits in 3 2/3 innings, dropping his 5th straight decision. Justin Smoke homered for the Blue Jays, who have lost 12 of 16, Cardinals 6, Brewers 1. MILWAUKEE. AP, Michael Wacha pitched 2-hit ball for 6 2/3 innings and street. Lewis connected for 3 home runs. Harrison Bader, Matt Carpenter and Francisco Peña homered to help the Cardinals top the NL Central leaders. 6-1, combined with 2 relievers to limit the Brewers to 3 hits. The Cardinals took control by scoring 4 times in the 2nd inning off Zach Davies, 2-5, Cubs 8, Pirates 6. PITTSBURGH. AP, Anthony Rizzo shook off the boos and sparked a late rally with his 9th home run as Chicago beat reeling Pittsburgh. A day after his aggressive slide at home plate that took out Pirates catcher Elias Diaz and drew a rebuke from Major League Baseball, Rizzo doubled in the 1st inning and hit a solo shot off Edgar Santana, 2-1, to knot the game at 4. The Cubs then piled on against Pittsburgh's sagging bullpen to hand the Pirates their 9th loss in 11 games. Chicago scored 5 times against Pittsburgh relievers, including Ian Happ's go-ahead double 2 batters after Rizzo tied it and Kyle Schwarber's 2-run homer off the right field foul pole in the 8th. Jon Lester, 5-2, allowed 4 runs in 6 innings but had the second multi-heat game of his 13-year career by going 2 for 3 with an RBI single in the 6th that drew the Cubs within a run. Jason Hayward went 3 for 5 with an RBI for Chicago. Brandon Morrow gave up a 2-run single to Starling Marte in the 9th but got 2 outs for his 12th save. Marte finished 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Austin Meadows hit his 4th home run since being called up on May 18 and Diaz exacted a measure of revenge by taking Lester deep in the 3rd. Indians 7, White Sox 3. Cleveland. AP, Michael Brantley, Jose Ramirez and Jason Kipnis each hit a solo home run to lift Cleveland over Chicago. Brantley was 3 for 4 and extended his hitting streak to 18 games, the longest active streak in the majors. He homered in the third and had an RBI single in the seventh. Mike Clevinger, 4-2, allowed 1 run in 6 2/3 innings. The right-hander struck out 7 and allowed 4 hits. Chicago has lost 5 of 6 and has the worst record in the majors, 16-36. Lucas Giolito, 3-6, allowed 5 runs in 6 innings. Nationals 3, Orioles 2. Baltimore AP. Bryce Harper hit his NL-leading 17th home run, Mark Reynolds added a solo shot, and Washington beat Baltimore to extend its road-winning streak to 9 games. Harper finished with 3 hits, Reynolds scored twice, and 19-year-old rookie Juan Soto had his first 3-hit game for Washington. The Nationals' 9-game run on the road matches their longest since moving from Montreal before the 2005 season. Washington has won 5 straight overall and will seek to complete a 3-game sweep of its neighboring interleague rival on Wednesday night. Former Oriole Jeremy Hellickson, 2-0, allowed 2 runs in 5 innings, and Sean Doolittle worked the 9th for his 12th save in 13 tries. Manny Machado homered for the Orioles, who have lost 4 in a row. Coming off a 14-strikeout complete game against the White Sox, Baltimore's Dylan Bundy, 3-7, toiled through 6 innings, giving up 3 runs and 11 hits. Braves 7, Mets 6. Atlanta AP. Johan Camargo homered with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning after Atlanta rallied from a pair of 4-run deficits, stunning New York and capping a miserable day for the injury-plagued Mets. Camargo's liner to right field off Gerson Bautista, 0-1, gave the Braves their second walk-off homer in 2 days against their NL East rival. Asdrubal Cabrera homered twice, and Adrian Gonzalez also went deep for the Mets. Before the game, New York placed Noah Syndergaard on the 10-day disabled list with a strained ligament in his right index finger. Then, fellow starter Steven Matz had to leave with discomfort in his left middle finger after throwing 3 scoreless innings while New York built a 4-0 lead. X-rays were negative, but there was no immediate word if the problem might affect Matz's next scheduled start. The Mets were up 6-2 when the Braves rallied against New York's beleaguered bullpen. Ender Inciarte tied it at 6 with a 2-run triple in the 8th. Dan Winkler, 2-0, worked out of trouble in the 9th. The first pitch was delayed 41 minutes when radar showed an approaching storm, the 3rd straight game in the series to be delayed by inclement weather. Rockies 11, Giants 4. Denver AP. Kyle Freeland pitched effectively into the 6th inning and doubled in Colorado's 3-run 4th, leading the Rockies over a San Francisco team that lost 2 pitchers to injury, including starter Jeff Samardzija. David Dahl had a 2-run homer as part of Colorado's 4-run 7th, the first pinch-hit homer of his career. Trevor Story added a run-scoring triple, and Nolan Arenado, Gerardo Parra and Desmond each had an RBI double for the Rockies, who have won 12 of their last 13 against the Giants at Coors Field. Evan Longoria hit 2 home runs, and Buster Posey also went deep for the Giants. All 3 were solo shots. Freeland, 5-5, tossed 5 1/3 innings and allowed 3 runs. Samardzija, 1-4, left after 1 inning because of tightness in his pitching shoulder. Gave up 2 runs and was replaced by rookie Derek Rodriguez, the son of Hall of Fame catcher Ivan Rodriguez, who was making his major league debut. The younger Rodriguez went 3 1/3 innings and allowed 4 runs, 1 earned. He was removed after being struck in the right calf area by a line drive off the bat of Desmond. The Giants made 4 errors, 3 by second baseman Kelby Tomlinson. Diamondbacks 5, Reds 2. Phoenix AP. Daniel Descalzo hit a 2-run homer. Zach Godley pitched 6 effective innings and Arizona defeated Cincinnati. The Diamondbacks broke out of a nearly month-long hitting slump in the series opener Monday, scoring a season-high 12 runs. Descalzo got them going against Luis Castillo, 4-5, in the first inning, and Arizona won its second straight game on the heels of a 1-8 road trip. Godley, 5-4, bounced back from a shaky outing and Brad Boxberger earned his 13th save in 14 chances. Eugenio Suarez homered for the Reds, who have lost 10 of 15, Angels 9, Tigers 2. Detroit AP. Ian Kinsler hit a 3-run homer. Luis Valbuena went deep twice and Los Angeles routed Detroit. Nick Tropiano, 3-3, benefited from the Angels' offensive display, allowing 2 runs in 5 1/3 innings for the win. Noe Ramirez, Jose Alvarez, Justin Anderson and Blake Parker combined for 3 2/3 innings of scoreless relief. Kinsler connected in the second. Valbuena's solo homer in the fourth gave the Angels a 5-run lead, and his solo shot in the eighth restored their 5-run cushion. Martin Maldonado added a 2-run drive in the eighth. Michael Fulmer, 2-4, was tagged for 5 runs and 6 hits in 3 1/3 innings with 4 walks. Jacoby Jones and Jeimer Candelario homered for the Tigers. More AP Baseball. https://appnews.com/tag/MilBaseball